Hey. Hey, stranger. Yeah, you. Come over. I've got an open seat for you. There you go. Welcome. The heron flies at midnight. And the moon, bleeds something. Ugh, Silver. Whatever. Don't be a smartass. You already know who I am. Anyway, with the oh-so-necessary secret codes out of the way, we can relax. Can I get you a drink? Psh. What? This isn't a test or anything. Don't be so suspicious. I don't give a shit about professionalism. We have one job. To take care of someone. As long as I get you the information and you do your part, who cares? And you always do your part. So don't be a wet blanket. It's not like I'm stone sober. Suit yourself. I was even gonna pay, but fine. We can get down to business. Have you been keeping up with the kingdom's current events? Right, you just got here. Short version, the kingdom is forming an alliance with the Republic. The royal family announced it recently, but it's been in the works for a long time. You can guess that our friends in the Dominion need that not to happen. That's where you come in. In about a fortnight, there's going to be a summit at the border. That's where the alliance will be made official. The kingdom is packing up a caravan as we speak. It isn't public knowledge, but there's going to be an arranged marriage to seal the deal. The kingdom's heir is already engaged, so the ceremony will be done at the summit. Your job is to kill the kingdom's heir after the marriage. No can do. It has to be after. The point is to blame the Republic for the death. Make it look like a classic power grab, a royal flush, if you get my meaning. Any hope of an alliance will be dashed. The Republic will be too surprised to take advantage, and the kingdom will want revenge. Relations break down and war breaks out. Then, in the chaos, the Dominion can attack without fear of retaliation. Checkmate. You sound like you have a problem with that. The Dominion needs a war, friend. But nothing. It doesn't matter what we want. We piss off the Dominion and we're dead. You're allowed to have standards, but you're an assassin. You don't get to take the moral high ground. And you don't get to pick where you're born. Like it or not, you're a Dominionist. Now, are you gonna do your job? Or do I need to talk to our superiors? Glad we understand each other. Here. This has all the relevant information. One last thing. You won't have any immediate support. There will be a Dominion force hidden a day's travel from the summit. But that's preserved for if things go very wrong. You can't count on it. It's up to you how you get there and do the deed. Find me if you need anything, but I can't do much. The Dominion is busy preparing for the aftermath. Leave it to them to put the cart before the horse, huh? Any questions? See what? At the bar? What are you looking at? I am being quiet. Yeah. I see him. So? Should I recognize them? The royal heir? Did you come here already drunk? You dog. No. Wait, you're just jerking me around as if a pampered priss would slum it in here. This place serves more rats than people. Whatever. Trust your gut. You can waste your time if you want. Maybe you could use a lookalike, but I wouldn't bother. If that's all, I need to go. Contact me if anything happens. Don't get killed. We're in this together. Oh, salutations and some such. Can I be of some assistance, or... No, you didn't startle me. I was merely lost in thought. Do you frequent this establishment? I see. Neither do I, to tell the truth. I'm actually new in town. Never seen the capital in person before. It's quite something, isn't it? The cobblestone streets, the crowded plazas, the various vibrant vendors. But, I'm sorry, where are my manners? I did not even introduce myself. I am the... that is to say, my name is... Forget. You are amusing. Perhaps I indulged too much, but please, what is your name, oh mysterious stranger? It's a pleasure to meet you. May I ask why you decided to speak to me? Not that I mind. You are, well, I was... familiar. You must be mistaken. I don't believe we've met before. Don't tell me I've forgotten you. That's a relief. I would never live down the embarrassment. Since you're also a visitor, how has your experience been in the capital? Anything notable? Well, you've just arrived. I'm sure you'll love it here. The kingdom is so grand, and this city is its crown jewel. The palace alone draws all sorts of visitors. Are you an adventurer? You look like one. Forgive me if I was being presumptuous. You just have that sort of air about you. You have a traveling cloak, a sword at your side, rugged scars, a strapping build, that sort of thing. I knew it! And there you were acting so guarded. You can't hide anything from me. I'll have you know I'm an excellent judge of character. Hide? What have I to hide? You must be mistaken, my friend. It isn't that obvious, is it? Oh, please don't tell anyone. My father would be so irate, to say nothing of the captain of the guard. I know it's dangerous, but I'm not in enemy territory. This is the capital. Do they think our citizens would turn into bandits at the sight of me? You won't tell? Thank you. I could just feel the countless reprimands. It would be the death of me. I suppose this excursion was worth it after all. Why? Oh, you wouldn't know. There's a summit being held on the border of the Republic. The royal family will be there, so, of course, innumerable preparations must be made. The protections and procedures are suffocating. I needed an escape, and besides, I so rarely get to be among the people I'm supposed to rule. Do I sound condescending? I don't mean to. I truly want to see the lives of the kingdom from street level. I promise this isn't some crass entertainment so I can feel superior. Quite the opposite. Being in the city helps me keep a level head. Always has. I snuck out many times when I was young, but it's only gotten harder. My parents are quite against slumming with the peasantry. Naturally, I wanted to have some excitement before the summit. Once we leave, well, I can say no more. Everything is fine. Believe me. All according to plan. I do appreciate you listening to me ramble, and for not shouting when you discovered me. I'm used to a lack of company on these excursions. It means a lot that you're an exception. But the hour grows late, and I must return. My absence won't be missed forever. It's been a pleasure. Huh? What's wrong? The table by the door? How long have they been watching us? You have sharp eyes. Do you think they intend to... I didn't bring much money. Maybe I could escape another way? I didn't see any guards nearby, though. Truly? You'll escort me back? Thank you, adventurer. I will gladly pay you for your service. Yes, I'll go first, but please, I don't want any bloodshed. Stay back, all of you, or I'll... Yes, that's right. Out of our way, cowards. Did you see the faces of those brigands? Looked like their mother scolded them. And when you showed your blade behind your cloak, oh, it was like a play. My heart is racing. I must say, with you at my side, I feel invincible. I can see why my parents always travel with a retinue. But you are correct. They meant me harm. Even now, I feel the eyes of others, figures in alleys. If not for you, I'd still be in danger. It has occurred to me that you could have easily taken me captive. You would have gotten a literal king's ransom in exchange, but you didn't. Even though you must have thought of it. You're taking me straight to the palace. I must seem so ignorant and sheltered to you, getting myself in this situation. I know I've been pampered and protected. I know that others have shielded me from life's dangers. You saw how I can be shockingly blind to wickedness. Yet, I wonder how much I've seen of virtue. Heavenly as court might seem, it is anything but. In the palace, it's about power. Alliances are formed, secrets are traded, favors are won and spent. No one would harm me, but no one would trust me either. It seemed so normal there that I never considered how mercenary it all was. Yet here I am, with an actual mercenary performing a heroic deed. Maybe it's simple for you, just a night walk, but for me it is quite different. You're listening, even as I give an intoxicated rant about the hardships of nobility, to a commoner no less. You seem a bastion of patience. But in all seriousness, even if it is a small kindness, I demand that you accept my thanks. Very good. I can see the gate up ahead. I can take care of myself from here on. Please, take what coins I have. I'm certain. There are plenty of guards about here. I'll be safe. Besides, I can't give away my secret escape route. Forgive the repetition, but Once again, thank you for your protection and company. I bid you good night. I hope you, yes, one last thing. May I ask if you are currently engaged in some form of quest? That's perfect. Assuming you are looking for work, that is. As part of our preparation for the summit, we're arranging a caravan. At the guard captain's request, my parents agreed to hire mercenaries to supplement our defense. They are to arrive at the barracks 2 days hence. I would be delighted if you would join. No, really. You're perfect. After all, you escorted me safely tonight. You seem quite qualified. Excellent. I wish you the best of luck. I am sure you will not need it, though. Perhaps I will pester the captain of the guard to allow me to attend. Glad as I am there was no violence tonight. I would like to see you use your talents. But I must be going now. Farewell, adventurer. I hope to see you again soon. Aha! Nothing? Not even a twitch? Come on, you startled me when we first met. It's only fair. My royal honor will not abide the imbalance. I suppose adventurers need sterner nerves. Wait, hold on. Did you see me sneak up on you? You needn't spare my pride. Daylight was a poor choice for that sort of skullduggery. That aside, I wanted to say that I'm glad you came. Our encounter was brief, so I feared I didn't leave an impression, but here you are, ready to enlist. Clearly, you remembered me, or perhaps it was the promise of coin. Even then, it's good to see you. I'm given to understand that there are far more applicants than we anticipated. Many hail from the Republic, strangely enough. I suppose it is a convenient return trip for them, but I see it as a good omen for this alliance. The spirit of cooperation precedes us. To thin the crowd, the captain of the guard is setting up something of a tournament. I wasn't expecting competition to be so fierce, but I will certainly reap the benefits. I am eager to see how you perform. I have no doubt you will secure a spot in the caravan. The captain is waving me over, impatient as ever. I must attend to my own important matters, and it would be improper to show you too much favor. Off I go then. Break a leg. Hail, warriors of the kingdom, and welcome to those from beyond our borders. I speak on behalf of the royal family when I say, I am honored by your presence. The sheer number of you willing to serve as our protectors warms my heart. The good captain tells me that many of you served our nation in war with the Dominion. I thank you for your service. And I thank those of you who keep our border safe from beasts and bandits. However, I cannot offer laurels to you all. If we arrived at the summit with everyone here, it would no doubt look like an invasion. As such, we have decided to hold a contest. Employment will be offered to the winners. The captain will instruct you on the procedures. Before he does, I simply wish to say, good luck. And even should you lose, know you are an invaluable ally of our great kingdom. All that said, let the games begin! Captain, what is the meaning of this? I can't dismiss a victor without good reason, and I see none. Wait! Wait a moment. I'm fine. I needed to catch you before you left for good. I heard his dismissal too, but I am heir to the kingdom's throne, not him. And he is completely out of line. We both saw your swordsmanship. There can be no doubt you have few peers. You deserve to be my family's protector. No one would deny you that. Yes, the captain did, but he didn't deny your skill. It would be amusing if it didn't infuriate me. He recognized your fighting style. Dominion sword techniques are quite distinctive, or so he says, but he acts as if it's a disease. As though training in a martial art infects you with slavish obedience and murderous glee. But I cannot wholly fault him. The Dominion is our ancestral enemy, and he lost much in the last war. Too much. But it's blinding him now. I refuse to let you slip away. You have no love for the Dominion. I can see it in your face. Sharing their blade is not the same as sharing their heart. I don't know what life is like there, but I can imagine there are many reasons to lose faith in your homeland. You aren't one of them. At least, you don't have to be. Were you pressed into military service? If you fought us in the last war, I would not hold it against you. Of course, forgive me. Your reasons are your own. However, that does leave the quandary of how to convince the captain. It will be challenging to prove your trustworthiness. Although, I do have an idea. Come, it is time I repaid your favor. No, I will hear nothing to the contrary. Or has the captain soured your opinion of this job? No? Good, follow me. Captain, may I speak to you? No, both of you should be present. The two of you are the ones at odds. Now, I understand your trepidation, Captain. However, practicing a foreign school of swordcraft is not sufficient to forbid employment. Are we not at peace with the Dominion? Our history is bloody, to be sure, but no war looms. Not yet. Civility rests on a knife's edge. Their ambassadors would surely find this a sign of prejudice. We are allying with the Republic soon. It is our duty to show goodwill to all nations. That way, we might forge a lasting peace. Yes, I know my parents' opinions on this matter. They've made it quite clear, and rest assured, I don't disagree. But I am their only child. For me, they are uncompromising. And they have also made it clear they want the best guardians to protect me. What will they think of you turning this one away? I'm not unsympathetic. Every family I know has been hurt by the Dominion. You have good reason to distrust them, but we mustn't forget this caravan's purpose. This summit is our hope to end the wars. The Dominion won't stand against us with the Republic at our back. This will ensure peace with both the Republic and the Dominion. We cannot let hatred blind us. The others? Oh, well, I'm aware we have an excess of proficient warriors here. Nevertheless, I want this one in the caravan, by my carriage, if possible. I have good reason to trust them because they've already saved me. I lied to you before. I wasn't preparing for the summit 2 nights ago. I was in the city. Yes. Yes, I know. Please, let me finish. I will submit myself to your lectures after. I was having a few drinks in a humble tavern. That is, when I met our Dominion candidate. I enjoyed our chat until some aggressive patrons forced me to accept protection. Many things went wrong that night. My identity was discovered. I was nearly robbed, and I had to travel with this then stranger. But I'm fine. No guards were nearby. This adventurer could have captured and ransomed me, or at least extorted me. Both of us knew it. But I was escorted safely to the palace. Tell me, Captain, would an agent of the Dominion do that? If it was to gain my confidence, then it succeeded. What could be achieved with my confidence that wouldn't be faster by capture? I don't think it's wise to invent machinations where there are none. Besides, we are not wanting for other protectors. Fill the rest of my guard with staunch royalists if it will put you at ease. Would you please consider it? Call it a personal favor. I want to travel with an adventurer, and I so rarely get to speak with citizens of the Dominion. It will provide valuable insight. You will? Thank you! Well, then, let us resume the... Yes. My punishment. How could I forget? Allow me to have one final word, then. Forgive me for speaking on your behalf, and for forcing you to endure so much suspicion and doubt. I hope employment is a suitable reward. Think nothing of it. I was merely repaying the favor, and ensuring my caravan guards are as strong as possible. I hope this act might win your trust, as you have won my trust. It will be a long journey to the summit. I hope we can get better acquainted during that time. I'm overjoyed that this feeling is mutual. Well, I will meet you on the day of our departure. Yes, I'm coming, Captain. Heavens forbid I'm reluctant to face discipline. Hey. Yes, I heard you coming this time. Are you proud of me? Thanks. Although, I believe you made that noise for my benefit. Before you say anything... Yes, I know, I shouldn't be outside the camp. It's dangerous. There are bandits, there are wild beasts. What if something happened? And so on. I am well aware. A few more minutes and I'll return. You did find me though, so congratulations. You fulfilled your duty. I see you can't leave me alone. I don't think you've taken your eyes off me this entire journey. I brought this upon myself, I suppose. I should have found a more lenient protector. No, you can stay. I'm being rather foolish. I know that. I wanted to brood, but it didn't feel satisfying in a brightly lit caravan, certainly not while surrounded by courtiers and guards, perfectly safe, perfectly pampered, perfectly... some third thing. Words fail me. But here, beyond the firelight, sitting in the dark wilderness, Now, that's the proper place for morose thoughts. Am I making sense? Likely not. Tell me, are you accustomed to brooding? Well, there's room on this rock for the both of us. Come, sit next to me. We can be grim and lonely together. So, any advice? On how to brood, obviously. I could do without it before, but now it's becoming more relevant. Hence, I would like to be proficient. It wouldn't do for me to be ill-prepared, and my tutors never addressed the topic. See, I thought I'd cross my arms and lean back like this, and gaze up at the stars. In my mind, I looked despondent, but now I wonder if it seems too wistful. How about this? My chin in my hand, hunched forward, with ignoble posture. Then I stare daggers at the middle distance. Do I look haggard, or simply lost in thought? I'm not deflecting, I'm... All right, fine. Yes, I am. But could you please indulge my question? So I was onto something. But you're saying I should use my elbows, rest them on my knees, like this? And the hood shades your eyes. Clever. You clearly have more experience than I. Not that I expected otherwise, given the difference in our station. You had to fight for survival in a harsh world. The right to lament is yours. What could a noble scion have to sulk about? You are kind not to say, but I know you've guessed. The arranged marriage. My marriage. There's little point keeping the secret now. The staff were whispering about it before we left the capital. It's why we strengthened the guard. My parents sought to keep the knowledge from spies and assassins. Our enemies would no doubt use it to their advantage. Personally, I suspect they already are. The palace never holds secrets of the heart with the same gravity as military logistics. Not to say it's that unusual. I was raised on tales like this. Tradition demands one be prepared to marry beyond love. It shouldn't even be a trial for me. Yes, but it is. Despite all precedents, it still hurts. I worried about this when I was younger. I begged my caretaker to let me marry whoever I wished. She had to speak to my parents, the poor woman. But she accomplished it by some miracle. The king and queen sat me down for a mature discussion. To this day, I remember it clearly. It stood out from all the academics and whimsy of my childhood. They were frank that they and I had obligations, but they planned on having more children. Some would no doubt take that burden from my shoulders. I was so relieved. We understood each other and made an arrangement. It was the first time I felt the weight and power of my station. I never thought they'd go back on their promise. I appreciate your sympathy, but I must say, do not think harshly of the king and queen. Neither could have predicted my mother's sickness. The time to make peace has come, and I am the only one who can carry that mantle. Such was the spirit of our agreement. I do not begrudge them. Well, if I'm honest, I do, but most of my ire is directed at... well, I'm not sure. Fate, I suppose. Who else could be to blame? The Dominion? Perhaps. I think it is more accurate to say I blame ambition. If our nations did not covet each other's lands, this would not be necessary. I cannot, in good conscience, lay all the blame at the feet of Dominion, even if they are the most aggressive. In some sense, this alliance with the Republic will solve my problem. Cooperation between any two powers prevents the third from declaring war. Thus, peace is created between all members. It's almost ironic. What is the Dominion like? I promise I have no ulterior motive. I'm just curious. And looking to distract myself from my spiraling thoughts. Is it as bleak and militaristic as I've heard? Are all citizens trained for war? Well, yes, that is the generally held belief, at least among the aristocracy. I'm sure the common people have a more measured understanding, but is there any truth to it? All I've heard to the contrary is from their ambassadors, not the most reliable source. I see. It sounds like historical consequences of the country's ancient occupation. More so than any modern policy. Interesting. I suspected there was more nuance than I was led to believe. What will your people think of this alliance between the kingdom and the Republic? It's not simple, is it? If I understand correctly, your leaders will take it far worse than the citizenry. Why is that? Are they so at odds? I was not aware of such dissension. War, of course. I will not apologize for our last victory. I had no part in it, but I will offer my condolences. It is an unfortunate reality of looking down from on high. People begin to look like pieces on a game board, and the pieces suffer for it. It's part of why I wanted to sneak out before the summit. To truly know that the map cannot encompass the territory. Forgive me. You look like you have a question. Something about the summit? My betrothed. Why do you want to know? I did ask about your home. Fair trade, then. Let me see. My betrothed is a master of statecraft. All potential heirs of the Republic are. And yes, their leader is chosen by the people, not by succession. However, it invariably falls within one of their ancestral families. One of them has held the reins of the Republic for the last 40 years. I doubt it will change soon. We met once, at a similar summit years past. I don't believe we even spoke. I have been told many good things. The words shrewd, civil, and dedicated come to mind. I also received a love letter which was elegantly penned, especially for something done by obligation. I'm afraid that's all I know. I would like to ask you a question, but it's rather unbecoming. May I? Should I go along with the marriage? I'm sorry. I do not mean to pressure you. It's just, we have traveled for some time. I do not think we can be called strangers anymore. That's why I ask. You have a fresh perspective, one I haven't heard, and you have nothing to gain or lose by my decision. Everyone I know is entrenched in the court and the kingdom, but you're an adventurer. You're free. It would be a lie to say I don't desire that at times. You have forged your own path through the world. I trust your judgment. Refusing the marriage would be profoundly selfish, but should I? You look more than conflicted. Is something wrong? Someone else? You mean, do I... No, I haven't found anyone else. There's no one I would be interested in marrying. At least, not... No. No one. Thank you for your counsel. You are correct. I will go through with it. It's the right thing to do. Let's return to camp. We've done plenty of brooding for the night. Hey you! Yeah, from the tavern. What the hells are you doing here? If I knew you were going to travel with the caravan, I'd have gotten you a servant job like me. I assumed you were going to take a, stealthy route. It isn't a problem. Not at all, except that everyone's seen your goddamn face. I'm gonna trust you know what you're doing. So, how'd you get in? The Heir made you a bodyguard? No, you're fucking with me. Really? That was really the Heir at the bar? Yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Egg on my face for thinking it was absurd that the royal Heir liked the taste of watered down beer. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Right in front of my nose? I'm not sure what's more baffling, that or the fact not a single thug realized who it was and tried to ransom them for a fortune. Well, aren't you the hero, walking her back home like you weren't planning to... Wait. That was you, talking to the Heir outside camp? What do you think you're doing? You can do as you please. I take issue with the fact you're getting awfully chummy with your target. We don't live in a fucking fairy tale. If you learned something, great. But gathering intelligence is my thing. Unless it helps you do your job, it's pointless. I'm not here to listen to you flirt. Fine. That technically saved the plan, but keeping your target from running off is the bare minimum. If you hadn't, we'd both be ruined. Never forget that. Maybe you don't care about me, but I'm here to complete our mission and get us both out alive. Speaking of, our military force is in position outside the summit. If a preemptive strike is needed, we're just a hard day's ride away. We're all in on this. Are you? Promise me you'll see this through to the end. Good. Since you're here, we can keep in touch. I'm not a fan of passing notes like children, but needs must and all that. I'm housed in the servants' quarters over there. Remember, after the marriage, you do it. No hesitation. I know you know. Get some rest. Tomorrow we'll finally be off this goddamn road. Thank you all for attending. This has been an absolutely beautiful ceremony. Stewards of the Republic, you have outdone yourselves. The flower-filled gardens, the prismatic lights, the indulgent feast. It's all made today a joyous occasion. Not just for me, but for our two nations. I hope this has been a pleasant reprieve from our political affairs. They were, however, responsible for today's triumph. Please forgive me as I remind you of them. War has ravaged our world, but no longer. We have sworn an oath, one that forges a bond of peace beyond kingdom and republic. I can hear the rejoicing sweeping across my homeland. But it extends far beyond. Our neighbors will celebrate with us. This union promises stability for all, an end to violence, and I am honored to be an instrument of this new era. To my new family, it will be a pleasure to get to know you better, to be at ease together. We may have spoken little, but that only means there is more to discover. In truth, I had feared you would be cold. What a joy, then, to be so wrong. You showed genuine care for me and my family, for our nobility, for our laws. Indeed, you humble us with your knowledge of our palace and court. You begged to meet the whole of my family. I am only sad that it was so easy to honor your request. We have lost many to war, as you have. Let us not despair. Those who died would rejoice at this alliance. We shall do so in their stead. Happier days are dawning. My family, old and new, are here to welcome them. Lastly, my beloved, what more can I say? I look forward to spending the rest of our lives together. In peace and harmony, we will... Forgive me. The emotion of the moment overcame me. Heavy tears are a wonderful sign. I will let my embarrassment speak for itself. But enough of my oration. I will delay the festivities no longer. Please make merry. Excuse me, what are you... Oh, it's you. Rather rude to enter without knocking, don't you think? What if I was indecent? Me? No, I'm not brooding. I made my decision. I knew the consequences I would reap. This is merely a breather from the lively party. Maintaining all my social graces was getting exhausting. You should be thankful your occupation does not require a smile. It is social armor, but weighs as much. Don't misunderstand me. I am happy. I didn't mean to imply... That is to say... What are you doing here? Is something amiss? I can't help but notice that you aren't in your formal attire. You didn't seem comfortable in it, I could see that, but what need is there for your sword and armor, your traveling clothes? The contract is signed, the alliance made. Surely any threat has passed. Hold on. Is that sadness in your expression? Does something trouble you? Please, share your thoughts. I will listen. You have shouldered my burdens. The least I can do before we part is to hear yours. What are you doing? What's that dagger for? Answer me. Have you lost your mind? Please. Don't just stand there. You're scaring me. No! Stay back, or I'll... Huh? You're giving it to me? Why? Danger? I'm in no danger. How can you say that after looming over me with a knife? You frightened me half to death. Are you paranoid? This is a summit for peace, in case you've forgotten. On what evidence do you base these anxieties? The Republic's forces. You noticed that too. Well, yes, the Republic did bring far more soldiers than expected. I'll admit, my parents and I were suspicious, but who wouldn't be? Naturally, we spoke to their leadership. As it happens, there is naught to fear. It became obvious this was intended to impress, not intimidate. They've long been our lesser in terms of military might. They are well aware. This was to show their worth as allies. A diplomatic maneuver to gain advantage in the alliance negotiations. Nothing more. Was there anything else? That's absurd! They're not Republic mercenaries. They're ours, paid with our coin. You can't accuse them of conspiracy because they're from the Republic. Yes, there were many in our caravan, but it's too fanciful. Not to mention hypocritical. You're a Dominion citizen. This summit is a miracle of statecraft. You have no idea how much work went into this, from both nations. No one would squander such an... Guard, are you all right? Wait, that's blood. Quickly, check if he's breathing. Dad, those arrows. They're a Republic make. No. Yes? Let us quit this place. The Republic will be out in force. Do you know how we might escape? I will follow you, please. Take my hand. I don't want to lose you in the chaos. I can't believe it. All this work, it's all come to nothing. Was this all a trap from the beginning? I swear, the Republic will pay for this. My parents will hold them to account when... My parents! We need to go back. We must warn them, tell them what's happening. You need to save them. They hired you. You are bound to protect them. You cannot allow them to die. That can't happen. Stop. Unhand me at once. I order you to go back. Please. Forget about me. Save the king and queen. If they die, You don't know that. The Republic doesn't need them alive. Not if they have me. I'm the heir. I'm the one they're looking for. But I don't care. I don't care if I'm what they want. I need to be there for my family. I can't abandon them. In the name of the kingdom, I order you. Soldiers, look out! There are too many. We can't return now. Mother, Father. Will we be safe here? You needn't pull me so roughly. I just lost everything, you know. My family, my homeland. Peace is over. The Republic will seize control of the kingdom. That was the true reason. reason for my marriage. Once I'm dead, they can claim the throne. They just need to find me. Why did you have to encourage me to go through with it? If I had run off, I would be safe. The kingdom would be safe. You're wounded. Why didn't you say anything? Running this far with an arrow in your back, you've made it worse. Here, lay down. To treat your wound, you oaf, I know something of medicine. Besides, you will find no better help under the circumstances. I may be furious with you, but I won't leave you to die. Now, will you lie still? Good. Let me take off your armor. Oh. Don't tease me. This is not the time. I'm looking for a way to heal you. Not looking that way. Be ready. This is going to hurt. There we are. Far from perfect, but you're strong. Just another scar for your collection. You're lucky too. The arrow missed your vitals. It was also blunted by papers? An odd place to keep documents. Why shouldn't I read them? You have no right to deny me, not here and now. And you sound awfully defensive. I'm reluctant to trust anyone at... Wait. A Dominion seal. These... are... orders. An assassination plot. A plot to kill me? Shut up. Not another word, traitor. Oh, I understand you don't serve the Republic. That is quite clear, given you wanted us to kill each other. I can't believe it. You really were an agent of the Dominion this whole time. The tavern, the tournament, all lies. That's why you wanted me to accept the marriage. You couldn't implicate the Republic otherwise. You wouldn't get your war, my life, my happiness. It never mattered. But it seems you knew the Republic too well. They played us both for fools. Oh, what a charming coup. Splendid maneuver with the soldiers. Good show! Now they can destroy everything I love. After killing me, of course. Don't think that saving me wins you any favors. I refuse to believe you had some change of heart. You betrayed my trust. Even if you are sorry, even if you disobeyed your orders, I can't stand the sight of you. Did my trust mean so little to you? You couldn't tell me anything, not even a hint about the coming dangers. The road was long. There was ample time to repent. I'm not moved by redemption at the last possible moment. This is all wrong. None of this was supposed to happen. I can't take it. What is even left? I won't allow you to comfort me. You don't have the right. You never cared about me. I don't believe you. I'll never believe you. I won't make the same mistake again. The captain was right. The Dominion can't be trusted. You're all warmongers. Enough of this. Time is short. I shouldn't waste it narrating you. Now, don't move. I need to turn you over. Yes, I'm taking your sword. No one else is going to save my parents. Throwing my life away? Curious words, assassin. I was already throwing my life away for this political marriage. Nothing has changed. The only difference is that I am making this path. I will not die a coward. Not like you. Here, take your dagger. I won't need it. I enjoyed talking with you, even if it was a lie. Thank you for listening to me. These words are my final gift to you. Perhaps my final gift ever. Be honored, assassin. Sure. Just leave me behind. That's fine. Don't worry about your fellow agent or anything. The summit fucking implodes and you up and vanish? Fantastic timing. Just... Oh, shit. Hey. Hey! Can you hear me? Are you alive? Heartbeat. You lucky bastard. Left, bleeding in a gutter, and you pull through. Mostly. That's a lot of bloody bandages. I guess someone took pity on you. Didn't stick around though. Whoever it was, you owe them your miserable life. But I can't afford to be nice. Come on, wake up. Don't pull this with me. I can see your eyes are open. I know you can hear me. Rise and fucking shine. Finally. Yep. Can we, speed up the whole delirious act? We need to move. Soldiers are looking for us. No, I don't know what happened to you, mainly because you abandoned me. Remember that? But I'm generous. Water, bridge, you get it. Want to repay me? Then get over your flesh wound, stand up, and get moving. It's just a scratch. If you can't handle that, I will bail on you. An arrow? Fine. That would explain all the blood, but it doesn't matter. Last I checked, you were a Dominion assassin. With that injury, you could march 10 miles through a blizzard. Barefoot. Try harder. But this isn't about pain, is it? This is about morale. You're at rock bottom. Not to mention exhausted, but you had your little nap. Take your second wind and get on your feet. Grab my hand. Up you go. There. Steady. I got your arm. Here. Lean on my shoulder. You should be thankful I came back for you. Why? I'm saving your life and you ask why? Wow. Do you not trust me? Talk about ungrateful. Didn't I tell you before? My job is to get us, both of us, out of here alive. 'Cause when shit like this happens, we can't survive on our own. We're a team. Like it or not. Come on. There's a stable up ahead. Saw a couple horses we can steal. Just one step at a time. Those bandages. That wasn't you. Remember who it was? If someone knows where we are... The royal heir? You didn't kill them? You... No. You're right. It doesn't matter now. I didn't think the Republic could pull off a real coup. Nobody else did either, apparently. Didn't make me feel less stupid. That's some good news, though. It's obvious we aren't to blame. When we get back home, our superiors probably won't have us killed. If we get home. Wait. Where's the heir, then? I get it. Found out about our plan, huh? Considering the circumstances, you really are a lucky bastard. By all rights, you should have a lot more bloody holes. Looks like your unprofessional fondness for the target was returned. Shame about the whole thing. The assassination plot, I mean. A job's a job. And aristocrats certainly don't deserve an exception, but this one was different. Your little royal might be the only noble I can believe is, you know, noble. Especially riding off to go die. No, I didn't see anything. Don't think I need to. Soldiers have been searching for any loose nobles, but there aren't any around here. If I were putting down money, I'd say the Republic finished their collection. I didn't say dead. Actually, things calmed down after the initial attack. They're being all Republic-y about the whole thing, act like they're doing the kingdom a favor. I slipped away when their newlywed was blathering on and on about the tragic necessity of their actions. Blech. All that to say, they got the king and queen chained up. The execution won't be for a while, not until they're good and ready. But they have the heir now. The Republic may be full of windbags, but this is an opportunity they won't waste. The royal family has about a day left to live. Speaking of living, we're here. Our 4-hoof tickets to freedom. Huh. Someone must have been in a hurry. They're saddled and ready. Doesn't bode well for their owner, but good for us. Let's go. I'll help you up. Quit stalling. The Republic is still hunting us. I'm sorry. Save who? No, absolutely fucking not. We are the ones who need to be saved, and we have our exit right here. You have no obligation to rescue the heir. Your job was the exact opposite. Did you forget? I saved your life. You shouldn't throw it away over some bandages, especially for someone who hates your guts now. You know what? I gave you 3 chances. I'm not staying here to die. Listen to me. We don't need to make it all the way home. Our forces are stationed nearby. All we have to do is ride till we reach them and then... What? Yes. Dominion troops are still in the area. You should know that. What does it matter? The plan's already gone sideways. Calling them in won't do any good. Remember, they were supposed to be the backup coup in case the kingdom figured out the plan, but the Republic struck first. I don't see how bloodshed helps us here. Wait, are you serious? You want our military to save the kingdom? This is making a disturbing amount of sense. Let me talk through this. I call in the cavalry to free the kingdom from the Republic. That unifies Dominion and Kingdom against the Republic despite what our leaders think. The Dominion gets the war they want, and the Kingdom gets to make peace with one of their neighbors, and the powers will balance out. still sounds crazy. But it's better than the Republic controlling the kingdom. There's one problem. We can only ride so fast. If the royal family dies before we return, this will all be for nothing. Even worse, we'll have a war on 2 fronts. You're staying? The blood on your chest is still wet. What are you going to do? Fine, save the air. I knew you were too sentimental for this job. We need you to go all out. If this is what it takes, do it. Cut them to ribbons. If I run this horse ragged, I'll be back before dawn. Hopefully with a small army in tow. That's your timeline. Good luck, you lunatic. You better be alive when I get back. Both of you. This better be love. If I did all this just for you to die tragically, I swear I'm going. Do your job this time.
Very well. If my spouse says that these are my last words, I will heed the threat. I know my voice will fall on deaf ears. A court of Republic sycophants and kingdom traitors is hardly worthy to witness the death of a lineage. But they will serve their purpose, as will I, willing or not. But know this, the kingdom will not bow to your tricks. My people will never surrender. Take the crown, and they will rip it from your head. Take the throne, and they will topple it. You may think you've won, but rebellion will smolder under our ashes. You posture yourselves as liberators, yet you would kill me in front of my parents? Your cruelty betrays your fecklessness. What's the matter, my love? Was execution insufficient? You needed to strike me yourself? Are you so thin-skinned, even in triumph? I can't believe I married someone so pathetic. Your words would sting if I had heart left to break. Let's finish this. I have nothing more to say to you. Mother, Father, I'm sorry. You needn't be shy, executioner. My neck is there for the... It's you. What are you... Did you just stab my partner? Not a complaint, just a question. You didn't kill them, did you? Good. A hostage will make this easier. However, we are surrounded by Republic soldiers. Did you have a scheme to survive the stalemate? An escape plan? The Dominion! That's right! The paper said a company of soldiers were stationed nearby. It slipped my mind. You called them to aid us? How can I trust you? I will admit you saved my life, but what's to say you aren't manipulating me again? I'm sick of being a pawn. I see. The Republic hardly needs to be framed now, and coming to our aid will require your leaders to ally with us. I think that would work. One moment. Agents of the Republic, the execution of my family will be indefinitely postponed. Before you seek to retaliate, my My guardian has my darling spouse at the point of a knife. Furthermore, you have fallen into our trap. The unified forces of the kingdom and dominion will soon arrive to liberate us. I would advise you all to surrender now. What? It was only a slight exaggeration. A little fib to make this go more smoothly. See? They're cowering already. We've won. Now, keep your eye on the Republic's soon-to-be divorcee. Mother, Father, are you all right? Please forgive me for returning. I know you'd prefer my escape, but I couldn't let you die. I was overwhelmed and felt like I had no one I could trust, and... Yes, I'm fine. Shaken, but fine. I am much better now that we are all safe, thanks to my guardian here. Correct. From the caravan, the one who escorted me home after my escapade in the capital. Fond of them, I must have given the wrong impression if you recall them as the one I'm fond of. We don't have time for teasing. We must secure ourselves for when the Dominion forces arrive. How did I know? Oh, well, it's a bit complicated. My guardian discovered a plot by the Dominion to kill me. It was to pit us against the Republic, but it turns out they did not need the help. The Dominion posted a reserve force nearby as a precautionary measure. Now they are being called to aid us instead. Is that sufficient? Right. We'll speak afterwards. Please, take command. I'm quite spent. If you don't mind, I'll rest over here. You have not assuaged all my fears of betrayal. Still, thank you. I believe I treated you worse than I ought. But to learn that you, above all others, betrayed me, and the idea of losing my parents, it was too much to bear. Yes, above all others. You heard what the king and queen said. There was a reason I was so open with you on the road, and why I lied to them about your plot. My feelings are confused and stormy, but when all of this is over, I would speak with you. I may have shielded you for now, but there is much to discuss regarding the future of our three nations. Good. Now, be honest. How unbecoming would it be if I kicked my traitorous spouse? You are correct. Why must it be so hard to win with grace? I will let justice take its course. Nothing left to do now but wait. Please, keep watch over me. I am too tired to sit patiently. So, how did it go? I do hope your superiors weren't too cross with you. No, I just arrived. I didn't hear anything, but you appear more relieved than solemn, so I'm optimistic. A title! That's wonderful! I cannot say I'm surprised. You've more than earned it. Although, I must confess, I already heard about it. My family needed to know for the ceremony. Speaking of, it's nearly time. You were in there quite a while.
We should leave immediately. Forgive my retinue. Since the summit, the captain of the guard has been zealous about defense. My parents and I must have 3 loyal knights by our sides at all times. Not that I'm complaining. I appreciate the safety. I only hope you don't take offense. They aren't here because of you, far from it. You have won our trust and hearts with your heroism, even the captain's. In fact, the kingdom will be honoring you at the ceremony. I know you don't like attention, especially given your previous employment, but if it conflicts with your nature, I must insist. You deserve recognition for your efforts, and we refuse to be outdone by the Dominion, even though we're allies now. Regarding the Dominion, can I surmise you aren't one of their associates anymore? I'm sorry. I know it wasn't a pleasant occupation, but still, it must sting being cast aside like that for saving me. Oh, I didn't realize you found it so distasteful. Then, congratulations, I suppose. Now you can say you're an adventurer in earnest. You may serve whomever you wish. Here we are, the Grand Hall. We will begin momentarily. Listen to the steward here. You need only stand where he tells you and follow his instructions. Don't worry. It's nothing complicated. We don't assume you know our courtly etiquette. Just bow and scrape where seems appropriate and you'll be fine. I'm needed at the throne. I'll see you in a flash. Don't let the crowd bother you. Friends, countrymen, and our new allies, welcome. None of us will soon forget the summit held by the Republic. It was a time of tribulation for us all. All 3 of our nations held our breath, anticipating peace. Instead, we were shocked by their horrifying betrayal. The lives of my family and my homeland were thrown into jeopardy. Many lost their lives in service to our kingdom, taken by those we would have broken bread with. We remember the names of the fallen, and we will never forget their sacrifice. Today, however, we come to honor those fortunate souls who remain with us, those who saved our lives and turned the Republic's treachery into our triumph. But first, I would like to recognize a particular savior, the instrument of the peace we now enjoy, the one responsible for rescuing the king, queen, and myself. A hero, not born of this land, but another. An ancestral enemy who still served at my side and risked life and limb for the kingdom. Good people, I give you my guardian. You may approach the throne. My friend, please kneel. By the power invested in me by my mother and father, by the people of this land, and the alliance born of tragedy, I name you knight errant of the kingdom. Rise, my knight. Take this blade. It is forged of the finest steel and bears the emblem of the royal family. As long as you remain in the kingdom, you may wear that symbol with pride.
Any who see it will welcome you as a servant of the crown. May you raise your blade often in the defense of our nation, and may you never need it to defend your honor. You are most welcome. Face the crowd and stand tall, for today you are of the dominion and kingdom both.
Listen. All I'm saying is that I rode out through enemy territory, mind you, to bring the cavalry. I could have just fled. Your chances weren't great. If I had, your precious heir would be headless. But I didn't. I brought our soldiers and saved the day. I think that's worthy of a sword too. Actually, I don't need a sword. All I want is a good firm handshake and a modest fortune. A chest of gold, maybe. They wouldn't miss it. They're royals. Fine. I suppose they don't owe me anything. But what about you? Rewarding your deeds set a precedent, right? I don't see why you get to be special. Ungrateful? Hey, I'm very grateful that the Dominion gave us these shiny medals and the military pensions and our lot. But what about the kingdom? You got a ceremony and a knighthood. I got, what, a pat on the back? Yes, they pardon me, but that hardly seems sufficient. I haven't committed that many crimes. Oh, you're one to talk. I cannot believe this. I'm an accomplice to one assassination and suddenly I don't deserve any gifts? You're lucky the heir smoothed things over for you. Come on. The king and queen like you. Don't you think you could talk them into giving me... Your Royal Highness, I can take a hint. I'll leave you two alone.
Forgive me for interrupting the reunion with your friend. I wanted to speak with you. I see. I wasn't going to say anything, but I could sense your consternation. Well, from both of you, I do realize that without your friend's assistance, our lives would be forfeit. A pardon may not be glamorous, but I hope a clean slate will give the freedom needed to start a new life. Conspiracy to murder is no small thing. Despite everything, the kingdom has offered forgiveness. Not that we won't keep watch. As you can imagine, recent events have made us a tad paranoid. Mother and father are still wary of the Dominion and its recent scheme. My parents know some, but not all. The Dominion has been reluctant to share secrets, but they divulged enough details to keep relations peaceful. We are invested in making this alliance last. But yes, your involvement remains concealed. You're welcome. Until now, I wasn't sure of my feelings, but I think I made the right choice. And I feel more confident knowing that your ally has kept silent. It would be easy to reveal the truth, to undermine your heroism. Your friend is in the business of selling intelligence, yet this remains unsold. Loyalty like that is a rare thing. A second example of honor from the Dominion. Another crack in my belief that you were all ruthless knaves. I'm sorry for calling you a warmonger. Yes, I do need to apologize. I am supposed to comport myself with dignity and grace, even in a catastrophe. That is what makes one a true leader. But I cannot say I had much grace that day. I thank you for saying so. I have given many speeches, so it comes naturally. Sadly, that alone does not constitute leadership. But if you insist, I'll take credit for turning that execution into surrender. I was quite proud of myself for that. So, what will you do now? Do you know? You may not serve as you did, but the Dominion hasn't cast you out. Far from it, they would not have venerated you otherwise, but there are certain opportunities only the kingdom can provide, if you're interested. For instance, you performed expertly as a caravan guard, and after what you've done, the captain is amenable to granting you a more permanent position. You would be stationed in the palace as a royal protector. My protector. Not that you have to, it was merely an idea. I understand if you have other plans or a better offer. I just would like it if you stayed. At least for a little while longer. Would you consider it? You will. I'm so glad. I knew you would. I have been rather coy about my feelings. Please, believe me when I say that I don't want you to leave. I want to talk about nothing and everything. Spend more time with you. I want to learn your history, how you came to be here. And I would love to share my home, the wonders of this kingdom with you. In short, would you be opposed to a courtship? Oh, my parents are well aware. Uncomfortably so, to be honest. Given this blossoming alliance with the Dominion, forming lasting connections is crucial. Thus, my parents have impressed upon me how favorable a partnership with a decorated Dominion veteran would be, especially one so selfless, heroic, and historically significant. All but saying your name, of course. To be clear, that is not at all my intention. I'm done marrying for political advantage. This is born of my desire and no one else's. Not like it was with the Republic. Yes, that bond is well and truly annulled. In fact, in the sight of the law, I've never been married. In the kingdom, matrimony under false pretenses is illegal and thus invalid, and the Republic is far too busy to protest it. So, my record is clean, if you care about such things. I see it as a quirk of the law, but it is cute nonetheless. But I must know, what is your answer? It was not easy to meet you alone. I bought us privacy for this purpose, but do not let that sway you. Even if your answer is no, I will always appreciate what you've done for me. Yes? Yes! Oh! Yes, what a joy this is. Then please allow me to bestow upon you a gift I held in reserve. No, it's a small thing, a trifle. Let me get a little closer. Turn to face me, please, and close your eyes. You know, if I were an assassin, this would be an opportune moment. Just keeping you on your toes. If you thought you were done with intrigue, you were sadly mistaken. Courtship with me means participation in court. A more deadly place I cannot think of. But I forget myself. We had more important matters, lovelier matters. I have the kingdom at all times, but right now, I just want you.